Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Financial Fraud Fridays. My name is Nike Togba. I'm the owner of Togba Associates, a tax planning and advisory firm focused on entrepreneurs and professionals utilizing a personalized approach. And this is my colleague, Karina.
Hi, everyone. My name is Karina O'Connor. I am the owner and founder of Cake Financial, where we help millennial business owners with tax problems through strategy, not shame. We are based in South Florida, but we are a virtual firm, meaning that we can help everyone with their issues around the nation. I'm going to bring it back to Nikkei to tell us what we're getting into today.
Hey, y'all. Okay, so we are talking about, I'm going to give you guys the headlines. This one came out, let's see. This is a story, a little older story, but the headline that we have, and I got this from one of my continuing education courses. Y'all know we love us some good fraud, okay? Connecticut accountant sentenced for stealing thousands from clients. So basically, Connecticut-based CPA, certified public accountant, Mr. Carl Anderson, has been sentenced to 3 years in prison for embezzling over 53,000 from three clients in a multi-year fraud scheme. Okay, so basically, Carl started this back in 2008, y'all. So background information. Back in 2008, he was sentenced in Washington State for embezzling funds from a client. Then in 2023, he was arrested in December 2023 for theft of about 25K from another client. Then in January of 2024, he was again accused of stealing $20,000 from another client. Okay. So after all of this is said and done, in the state of Connecticut, he was sentenced to 3 years in prison. So I just gave you guys like the brief summary. So overall, Carl started this in what was it, Karina? Washington in
Washington. Yeah, Washington State.
2008.
Mm-hmm.
2008. So in Washington State, he started. Well, he ran aground, or I don't know what to say.
Like, the man went to prison. Like
And well, okay,
for 4 years.
so he started this in 2008. He went to prison for 4 years for doing, for stealing money from clients. This was
Exactly.
in Washington. He got out, moved to Connecticut, and then sometime in 2023, started it up again. But now he's in Connecticut, stealing money from clients.
Yep.
And so for Karina and I, the question was, first off, he's a CPA. Let's start there.
Yeah.
He's a CPA. He's a certified public accountant. And for those of you that are unfamiliar, as a certified public accountant, I mean, heck, even for you as an enrolled agent, you're held to ethics and standards, and we've got to take courses and ethics and standards, and you've got to certify every time it's time for you to renew your license that
You completed.
you were not convicted of a felony.
Yep.
So the question that Karina and I were asking was, how did he go from Washington State to Connecticut, still able to practice as a CPA?
And I think that's the audacity, because he could have went, like, after he got out of Washington, right, moved to Connecticut and just started preparing tax returns, like just like as a lay like person, or even in the choir.
Oh,
Like, he decided, I'm gonna get my CPA back. And did. Like,
and right?
and did. Like, what? And Connecticut, what's going on? Like,
What are why?
what's the requirements?
And so so for you guys that don't know, like, you'll study to get your CPA, and you can acquire your CPA in the state that you live in or the state that you tested in, right? So for me, Georgia, so you're studying, you're taking these exams in the state of Georgia. Yes, you get your CPA license, but technically it's only for the state of Georgia. If you want to practice as a CPA, it's like lawyers. If they want to practice in another state, they have to apply. There might be additional tests that they have to take, additional continuing ed that they have to take, additional fees they have to pay. Apparently, I don't know, and it's different for every state, but they may have to, take some, additional education courses, verify. But
Yeah.
they may have to verify, and maybe Connecticut verify your existing license. So maybe Connecticut, I doubt that.
They probably
I
didn't do a background check at
that.
all.
I doubt that he didn't have to verify that he had an existing license. Maybe he just sent them like a copy of it, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
just accepted that.
Just like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's probably it. So now it's going to be more scrutiny on your CPAs. That's like the one thing about like EAs, because we're like it's federal. So if somebody tries to do that, the IRS, it's only through the IRS. So if they try to come out, like they go to the prison for 4 years and come out and try to get an EA again, they won't be able to, because the IRS is going to see you're already suspended, you're barred, or disbarred rather.
Exactly.
But there's loopholes because each state has their own things, and I guess that's what it was. Like Connecticut didn't check to see. It was just like, oh, you did the requirements. Oh, you had a license before. Oh, you did, you did the extra classes you needed to go. Good to go. You're a CPA here.
That's not a good look.
Probably what happened, I'm assuming.
That's not a good look for the profession at all.
Yeah. So I'm sure now all states should have a more level of scrutiny for something like this, because this is blatant. Like, it's not even like he was convicted and served. Like, it wasn't unless he was arrested on some charges. Like, he was convicted, guilty,
and
served
actually
time, got out, and said, "Oh yeah, I'm just forget you, Washington." Let me go on to Connecticut.
That is not over there. No, and that's not a good. I mean, so all you pay the fee, you turn in the application, and I don't want to, Lord, because of what I'm going through. Okay, I don't want to. The entry, entry is difficult. To me, you make it hard to get through the door to begin with. So you're trying to tell me that once I get in the door, is that it just now all no tethers, no. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That doesn't make sense. And then again, we're talking about certified public accountants. Let's just keep it. I don't want to insult the profession, because there's a certain level of excellence that is supposed to go along with that. But when little things like this happen, or when you have firms like, well, go figure, Arthur Anderson, whose name is also Anderson, who, you know what I mean, who does, when you do it, it weakens the brand.
It does.
The brand.
But I would argue and say there's always bad apples, like in every profession, every designation, in just life. Like, there's going to be some good CPAs, there's going to be some bad CPAs.
Yeah.
There's going to be some good EAs, there's going to be some bad EAs. That, like, people are what make this up, and people are going to people. So they're just like there are good people, there are bad people. So there's just bad people with prominent titles, and they use their titles to abuse power. So
that part. And you're right. That part. I mean, and there's and I guess and, and what Karina just said goes back to, because one of the questions I asked when we were doing our research was, how was he able to get their funds? And so um um it was through basically him saying, okay, as your accountant, send me the funds and I will make your payment for you.
Right.
And that is, we're always trying to teach you some way to keep yourself safe and protected. And I think that that is the gem here. That is the takeaway. Yes, where your tax, you have your tax accountant, you have your CPA, you have your EA, you have this person that you think you can trust to do these things for you. But it is best that you make your payments yourself. Money does not need to be transferred from you to me and then I make your payment. As a matter of fact, neither of us. I don't want access to your money. I don't want to make the payment on your behalf. I'm not doing it. I will sit here and watch you do it, and I will take down the confirmation number and the amount. But that's about it.
Yeah, nope. No parts. I don't want any parts about it, because one, there's a liability factor here. Like, so now I'm a liable. You gave me the money and I'm liable to give it to the IRS. That's one. Two, there's a bookkeeping issue here. So there's no documentation of you paying the IRS or you paying the state or you paying anything from your business account. The record is to whomever you sent it to. So you just sent me the fund. That's a bookkeeping issue, just off of just accounting wise. And now there's an additional no, we're not. Here you go, irs.gov. You can go ahead and create your account and say whatever. If you're old school and you want to do a check, you can go ahead and write the check. Here's your 1040V or whatever the document is. You can go ahead and make those payments, estimated payments, all of those. You can go on EFTPS, do it yourself. Even if we do it on your behalf, it's coming directly from your account. And even that, here's what your estimated payment should be. Please make your payment on these particular sites.
That's it. Yeah. I didn't think about it from the bookkeeping end, but yeah, you're right. Like, you need to have a record that this money actually came out of your account and you made this payment,
What's sad about it is that he's, once again, we're never saying to fraud, like, you know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna do it, you're doing it to small businesses, the elderly, like, what?
Well,
and like, imagine the amount of people that he probably did this to who just didn't know. They're not paying attention to their bank accounts like these three people did in the last end. They just don't know.
Because
it's probably more than 53,000.
He's a repeat offender.
Yeah.
Clearly.
He don't care.
No, and you did say the audacity. He's a repeat offender but don't most of them have audacity though? That's what it is. They like, honey, I did it. Yeah, I got caught.
I'm gonna do it again.
I'll do it again. What y'all? I mean, listen, I applied for my license in another state and y'all gave it to me. Say what?
Yeah, I'm getting off scot-free.
I don't know about
that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
So he didn't have any. Oh, and then what was his attorney's statement? Oh, he apologized.
He apologized, and he's working to give his clients back their money. And I was saying during our research time, I was like, he needs to give them money with interest, because he just got an interest-free loan, basically from them. And now there's two folds to this, right? So especially the person who is giving the money to him to pay an IRS debt. So they're giving him, say, $8,000, I think they said, to pay off an IRS debt. He doesn't pay it. He's using that money for himself. Now they still have to pay that $8,000 with interest and penalties if they're late.
Oh
So that
no.
client is out at least 16,000.
That is
At least.
true. God, that's another, yeah.
At least. They
Because
have
I
to
don't,
double.
because you could try to make argument, but I don't know of any.
You're still responsible for the money.
That's it. That's it.
So
Oh,
yeah, I have no sympathy for this one. The elderly and small business, that's who you want to do. Okay. And that's why you rotting in prison for 3 years. And then they said 3 years for probation. He deserved every bit of it. I think because I think he took a plea deal and the judge gave him the maximum sentencing, which was 3 years. And I applaud that judge. Because he's done it before. It was 4 years. 4 years he didn't learn his lesson. Maybe after these 3 years he will.
no, I doubt it.
I doubt it too, but like
Yeah, you are.
I doubt it too, but he might come out and come to Florida. Florida CPA, just be on the lookout next week.
I'm not even gonna lie, y'all are no holds barred out in Florida.
I don't know what the requirements are, but like he might just come down here because I'm sure we're like king of fraud. So
yeah, I mean, but
or Georgia, girl, Georgia's a bit too.
no, don't try to bring us in. You know what? I mean, but you're right. You know what kills me about it? But it's the same thing. Like, you're right. There are probably other people in his portfolio that don't even know.
Mm-hmm. And then
So
now
that is a cautionary tale to you guys.
Yeah.
If your accountant says send the money to me and I'll make the payment, you're not my because there are the managers, your money managers,
those
we
business
talk about
managers
with athletes and more, well-off individuals, they do have those individuals that make those payments.
Mm-hmm.
But and in those cases, there needs to be
there needs to be policies and procedures. So like there are things on accounts that you can have. There's an accountant access and view and things of that nature on bank accounts, as well as like merchant accounts, right? Where they can have view access only, where you're the one that's controlling the level of access that they have, just so you can do that. They have their own login, they have their own passwords. They can, like I said, they only have the level of access that you give them, and you as the admin can take that away as you need to. There's those things also, like how we always say, double check things.
And I think, and I was just thinking about that. Like we say double check, like we're like, oh, double check.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see where that is, gosh, because we're dealing with money and every day and people's accounts. And we see what can happen if you don't double check. But think about it for us, you and I, marketing. For me, it's marketing. There are aspects to your business that you're just like, I just want to hand this off.
Hands off. I don't want it.
I'm sick of this. I don't feel like doing this. And some people are, like that.
Yeah, that's true.
And a lot of times, if it's got to do with taxes, they're like that. They're like, Nikkei, I don't want to. No, I don't. But what I put in place for that is that you have to have advisory sessions with me, which means you schedule an hour, whether it's monthly or quarterly, and the things that need to be paid, I will sit here and we will talk about it. I will watch you pay it. If you're one of those, because there's
Yeah,
some
they
people
need
like,
an extra.
you
Yeah,
can,
hand
if
holding.
you're if you're hanging over my shoulder. So
Yeah,
if I gotta sit there with you for an hour while we go through the things that need to be paid, or we check on what needs to be done, then then that's the safeguard for, that's a way to kind of deal with that. So maybe as you guys out there as taxpayers, maybe you can ask your accountant, well, could you just hang with me while I make these payments? Could you
right.
remind me? um you know
Yeah,
'Cause a lot of
understand it's
times,
gonna cost a little bit more than just a regular tax preparation.
well,
Just, you
yes, you
know,
get what you pay for, and I
right.
mean, you get, you
But you
get
get
what
the value.
it's an investment.
Right.
It's an investment, and that's the other thing that needs to be understood. If you want to take your hands off the wheel, that's gonna cost you. That's a
Yeah.
Tesla. You
Uh,
wanna take your hands off the wheel? Those are Tesla prices, okay? You cannot ask for, I mean, and it's the truth,
yeah,
right? You wanna
they-
be able to there's an extra cost to be able to take your hands off the wheel in a
that's
Tesla.
true. And even so, you still don't like, even if you're in a Tesla, you should still be paying attention. You know what I'm saying? You gonna let the AI do it for you the whole time and run you in and drive you into a tree? Like you still need to there still needs to be a level of you paying attention. So even if we're helping you through things, you need to be able to understand, like ask questions.
Yeah,
It's like it's your business.
and that's the
Your
thing.
business.
That's the thing.
And
It
no one's gonna be responsible but you.
yeah. As much as as much as it's like pulling teeth, um, you know, you have to, like, you and I, we have a marketing day. It's like,
Yeah.
just sit
Well,
with me for a couple of hours and make sure I
yeah.
this or that,
Yeah. That
um,
accountability.
that's it.
Right.
And maybe that is a request. You pay a little extra to your
Mm.
accountant for that, but do not leave the sole responsibility. It's not in someone else's hands. This is
Right.
your baby,
Yeah, baby.
your business. So, I think the one takeaway that I would add here is, hey, look, um, pay your own bills.
Yeah.
Stop, unless now, again, that's within a certain income range. I do understand those that have the wealth managers and, things like that. But there are safeguards that you can put in place there. But for you small business owners, individuals, your standard 1040s and things like that, um, just make sure the payments come out of your account.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's save yourself.
Right. Get the receipts. Save those receipts.
Yeah. Especially in the case of something like this. It's like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
a red flag should go up for you if your accountant says, "Well, send me the money." If this is
Yeah.
not something that you regularly do,
It's
if
not,
your accountant says, "Send me the money and I'll make the payment for you," your
mm-mm,
eyebrow should go like,
never. Yeah. No, I've never. Oh, like, and I've had clients like, oh, can you do it for me? No, I will.
"No, I
No,
cannot."
no. But I'll show you. Come on, like, let's go. We'll get online.
Mhm.
Have you created your ID me before? All right, let's
Share
do
your
it.
screen.
IRS.gov. We're gonna do it today. And all right, cool. You click on that little button. You click 1040. You put the amount that you're supposed to pay. Type, oh, put your bank information in. Just like we're done.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
And now you know how to do it.
Now you know how to do it. Yeah.
Like without me, and you know it's directly on the IRS.gov. Uh,
And
uh,
download that receipt and send me a copy.
yeah, that's it. Put it in the portal. You don't have it
It's
in the
like,
yeah.
send me a copy and save one for your records. That's
Right. That's it.
that's it. And here's another, now that we say that, here's another way these individuals could have saved themselves. Send me the receipt. Once
Yeah,
they
that's how one of them got, that's how she caught up with him, was
oh,
that she sent the money to him to pay her estimated taxes, and he said he was gonna do it or whatever, and she never got a receipt. So she felt a little uneasy about their, relationship, went to a new accountant and told him to, and that's when that new accountant told her those, the taxes were false and fraudulent, like, everything was fraudulent, there's no payments on record, nothing. And then that's when she also saw, she made a claim, and had him arrested, and she saw that they were, because she was a little weary because she was fearing for like retaliation and things of that nature. And she saw that there were two other people from that year that also filed, like of his clients that filed against him. So she did the third.
so she's, wait a minute now. So she was able to see it, but
Yeah.
given Connecticut,
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, like they Googled. They Googled.
oh, they were just, but you know what? Well, let me not
Oh,
use.
that's crazy. And it brings me to it because, like, on one of the articles, it said that he had 5-star Google reviews, as well as he had a good rating on, Better Business Bureau as well. And it's like,
See,
so
that's
you're looking at it and you're thinking that, oh yeah, he's a CPA, he has a designation, he has
right.
5-star reviews, and he's on BBB. Oh, he must be trustworthy.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay,
Mhm.
that brings me to another question then, because on paper he looked great.
He did look great. They all do.
How do you, is there a way around
You have
something
to
like that?
safeguard yourself. So banks are FDIC insured up until $250,000. Does that mean that I don't check my bank account every day to make sure? Like, I'm just saying,
Good
you
point.
know what I'm saying? Or if I'm not doing every day, every week, every month, to just make sure that things are going as planned, because anything can
That's
happen,
a good point. Good
right?
point.
So
Good
that
point.
same regard.
That's a good
You
point.
you
Because
don't keep your foot off the pedal.
that good point. Good point. Because we all, why wouldn't we look good on paper? Heck, if we didn't, you know what I mean? If you
Yeah,
didn't have the, put it out there like, hey, I'm great, I'm wonderful, I'm who you want to
right.
hire,
And truth be told, the con artists, they're always charismatic. They're always, you know what I'm saying? They always have that personality. They have the con. And I'm sure he brought it to the CPA Board of Accountancy in Connecticut too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep,
oh,
he's
they were
right
like, oh wow, yeah, come on over to our state
there. Yep. Uh-huh.
and to
Mhm.
his clients. Not like, so don't keep your foot on the gas. Like, it's, yes, somebody may look good and whatever else, but always just double check. Hey, let me make sure that these things are coming out of my account. I'm getting a receipt of this. I can check my transcripts. If I log onto my irs.gov, you can see every payment that's made.
Yeah, but and you're talking about a vigilant taxpayer.
I am,
Yeah.
but my goal is to make us all vigilant, honestly.
Yeah.
I know that, but my
Yeah.
goal is to make
Yeah,
us
that is
all
the goal here. Good point. Yeah. Well, you guys, like I said, Karina and I can bat this one. We can bat it back and forth, back and forth. Um, but I think ultimately all of these conversations come back to the same thing. You cannot take your hands off the wheel.
you can't.
You can't. Um, so I want to thank you guys again for hanging out with us. Again, we are here every other Friday. So we're here every 2 weeks. If there's a topic you want us to cover, if you have a question, if leave that question down in the comments. If you want to work with one of us, our handles are in our profiles. Please feel free to reach out to us on Instagram, or shoot us an email, info@togba.associates.com. You can shoot me an email, Karina
Right.
will share hers with you.
Contact at Cake Financial, Cake with a K, financialservices.com.
Right. So, you or leave a comment, below,
Yeah.
and we enjoy anything that you have to say, and look forward to having a conversation with you. If there's again, if there's a topic or something you want us to cover, we are here for it. Okay.
Yes.
All
All right.
right.
Well, bye everyone. See you in
All
2 weeks.
right. See you guys in 2 weeks.